Okay guys, in this episode we're going to finish installing the tail housing and we're going to show you about putting your side cover on with your shifting forks in it. It's going to be a badass episode. Now, I do this with it laying down. That's one thing I love about my table. The reason being that right here, if you're looking, this shaft right here is the reverse shaft. And what I'm gonna do is take reverse shaft and it slides right into that hole, and if you got it turned down like this right here, it'll literally slide. Then I take an old yoke I got, and I just kind of turn it. See, like that right there? I did the main shaft. Sometimes I turn this shaft, and ain't nothing. Literally, that's on. Tail housing's on. That's how fast that is right there. I mean, it's really that fast. Pretty much, just take your bolts, put them in. Just like I said, this is nothing. That's what I love about these transmissions, man. These transmissions are so badass. They're just easy to work on. Their short bolt always goes right here. I've been looking for this and it don't have, this one's got the washers kind of stuck to it and from other silicone, and I don't get crazy because we tear into these things so much, changing gears and checking things, and it's not really worth, you don't have to get stupidly crazy about cleaning because, I mean, you know, you need to clean, but you ain't got to get crazy. So basically I just run around it, hand snug it. And then bolts a while ago, and I always kind of cross tighten it. That was inside. Also something that you don't have to realize is they kind of are pushed against too. They can't really back out that much. That's the reason you ain't got to go crazy trying to put crazy amounts of torque on it. Plus you're torquing in aluminum. If you get going too crazy on it, you'll play hell getting them back out. So basically tighten all this back up. Now granted, I've done this a million times, so this is easy for me. For some people it may be a little bit more difficult. There ain't nothing to it. I learned how to work on these transmissions myself. You know why I did it? Because I can't afford then or now to pay the transmission guy to work on them all the time. You need to always, if you are skittish about doing this, then you need to send your stuff to get G-Force and them to work on it. G-Force South, Asheboro, North Carolina, super good guys. Man, they can do anything to help you with these things. G-Force North up in Pennsylvania, you know, always them guys call to get your parts, get your stuff. Super nice guys, and they are so knowledgeable, and they're fun to work with too. You know, they're big time race guys, so they want to do right, and they want to try to help you. So I always look them guys up, and they'll hook you up. You know what I'm saying? This in here with a transmission mount on it's a little bit of a pain. Let's do it old school, boys and girls. We'll turn this in like this right here. All right, all right, all right. And that is that. All right. I keep a rag here. I kind of wipe the excess off. That's just me. I'm anal like that. You know, I keep a rag here and I can't stand globbed up silicone. So, you know, I'll constantly wipe it off. Now I've got my sliders in. I'm gonna put, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the side cover on, okay? The side cover I haven't even really cleaned that much, but if you'll notice, there's not a lot of stuff on it. This is some other sealer that I used to use. I really don't like it. So what we're gonna do, and like I said, this is racing stuff, man. You're gonna be in this stuff. So basically, let's do the same thing again. Let's put a little sealer, and like I said, you ain't got to go crazy. The bottom's more important than anything. And the bottom is this right here. That's the curb part. That's the bottom. This is the bottom. Always take your rag, make sure you get any oil off of it. The more important thing is to get the oil off of it than anything. And I know y'all probably saying, well, he ain't really cleaning none of that. Well, man, we're getting into this stuff. We're gonna be, I promise you, before race season starts, which is a little over a month away, I'll be into this transmission a couple more times. Not for nothing but gear changing and stuff like that. I mean, you know, trying different gear sets, different ratios and stuff like that. So I don't go super hard, you know, like I'm never gonna be in this transmission ever again. I know I'm gonna be in it. So I don't go crazy over silicone and stuff like that. Just like the top, I don't hardly put, I just put enough across the top to seal it, because the oil does, you know, as the transmission starts turning like it turns, it may, you know, it's like a whirlwind in there. But you ain't got to go crazy over siliconing it, especially something you're gonna get back into again. Now, this is a tricky thing. I set the sliders exactly where I want, which is dead center. I grab this thing, the first thing I do is I grab the sliders, I go back and forth, okay, I've got them, and I've got them grabbed. Boom, on. Thing's got beautiful, it's got dial pins, grab your bolts. Other thing is, these bolts right here, 5/16, they go in every hole, the normal socket head cap screws, except for you got two that are button heads. The button heads go right here. They go right there. And the reason that the button heads are there is to get your bolts in and out of your bell housing. That's what their button heads are for. For clearance, to get your bolt in and out, so you don't have a head in the way. Put all these in, just like that right there. All right, all right, all right, all right. Pretty much this right here. One other thing I do, so I don't put no oil in this until tomorrow. That's just me. If you're at the track and you're in a hurry, that's one thing. But, you know, and you're trying to do something between rounds, or which is kind of hard to do with the kind of racing we do. These cars just ain't set up to really change gear ratios between rounds. But I always let the silicone set for 24 hours before I put oil in it, or at least 12 hours the next day. That's just me. Like I said, I go across here, just don't go crazy. Hand tighten them, man. Don't go crazy trying to torque all this stuff up. You know, learn it, torque it by your hand. You'll get the feel for it, and there you go. I kind of like these. I always put a little bit on them. I put about the same, go around like that. I don't get crazy, especially something you're probably gonna go into again. You know, and I mean, we could make this really technical, like from start to finish. I think what we do here, man, we don't do hour-long videos from start to finish, because that's not what our channel's about. It's not about getting so technical that we spend an hour and a half walking you through rebuilding transmission. We're gonna get you the gist of it. We've got this all together. It's time for the shifter. Now you're probably wondering, what is the holes in the top of the transmission case? I machined these in last year, and I take a camera lots of times and set the slider, because you can do it by feel, and I've used a camera to do it. I'm going to show you the filling trick, but these sliders are probably already set. But I like to go back, and like I said, these are machined right over and drilled and tapped right over the slider engagement into the dog ring. So if you're wondering why they're there, that's the deal. This is my homemade shifter stuff, so don't pay it no attention. As far as I have to have my shifter sitting way over in my car to get it off my leg. You're probably wondering, why do I take the selector off instead of the rod? I don't like messing with the hymen no more than I have to. I've got this thing preset. You know, if you want to take it off, the linkage off, fine. I'll just pull it off right here because everything's preset from before and I ain't got to reset it or, you know, taking these hymes off or taking the loose or getting the rod in the wrong place. I don't even torque them. You don't really have to. This is first and second gear selector. Okay. First and second gear selector goes on. You can feel it. That's it. Here we go. This is third to fourth selector. Okay. Now you notice my rods go over the top of each other. That's because I've got the shifter so far over the tail housing. Here's transmission center. I'm way over here to clear my leg and stuff in the car. So, you know, I swing way over. This is how you set, and I'm not going to go too crazy. Now I do take the reverse because it don't really matter on the reverse, and I do take it looser because I don't want to take the arm off. There's the reverse lever. We're going to tighten it up. I'm going to make sure it's good and tight because last year, like an idiot, I left that loose and we lost it during the race. Reverse. Okay, so that's all. All right. Okay guys, we just finished up putting the tail housing on, putting the side cover on. Hope you enjoyed the episode. In the next episode, we're going to show you how to set up the shifters, which is one of the most crucial things about a G-Force 101A with a handcuff. Chris Dunn, aka the Boogie Man.